Hi everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of The Recap. Yes, we are back. We did not make you wait as long this time, and we will not be making you wait as long in the future. So let's get cracking because we've got so much we want to talk about today. So it is me, it is your girl, just call me Audrey.
And it's Isa.
And it's me, Feven.
Yay! Did you guys like the graphics I added? I will be adding in more claps again, by the way.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was cute, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was just giving a little pizzazz, you know. But anyway, we move.
Women in tech.
Women in tech, exactly. Let's go. All right, so let's get started because we actually have a lot to talk about and we have a lot to get through. So where do you girls want to start? I think we probably should start with what's the most popping, what's happened, like the hottest show at the moment, Netflix's finest. Let's talk about Selling Sunset.
Yeah.
Selling a fucking rainstorm.
I know, right? Selling a dream, honey. Like selling everything but houses. No, I'm joking. But no, I feel like we need to talk about it, and we need to talk about it in some depth because so much has happened. Okay, so one thing about me, when I watch Selling Sunset, when I watch anything I love, I really ration it. Do you know what I mean? I don't watch it anyhow. So I know you like to bang things out.
I do.
Yeah, I like proper will be like, guys, I'm still on episode 3, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, why the hell haven't you watched it yet? Like, I don't like to watch it back to back because I don't want it to end. That's so lame. But anyway, yeah, so eventually I got there and I got to the end. And anyway, girls, thoughts on the season as a whole, and then we can break it down into more nuanced things that took place.
I feel like the way Fev is looking at me, she should start.
She wants to drag someone, I can see it in her eyes.
Do you know, okay, season as a whole.
As a whole, and then we can break it down into detail.
It was I feel like disappointed. Like ultimately, like an overall disappointment. Like I love selling the houses. We know they're not really selling houses. It's the fashion, it's a bit of drama, but it just felt really flat this season. I don't know. It just, I didn't enjoy it.
It felt really short.
Really short. And it
not
felt
that
like
many episodes.
And they dropped it all at once. But you were like, no, they always do that. I was like, maybe because I'm overwhelmed with so many different shows, it just feels like this is a lot right now. It's not even selling Sunset. I feel like it's like selling misogynoir. That's what it feels like at this point. It's like, yeah.
Clack it. Isa?
I watched another season of Missing Christine. If I'm honest,
Word.
I just watched another season Missing Her. There wasn't too much of a storyline. I didn't really buy Mary's robbery. I think
That
the feds who are investigating are cis
Wendy.
Yeah.
Should look into that. But no, overall, I have to skip through everything. I feel like we just need to really discuss the elephant in the room.
Yeah, let's just get straight to the good stuff. So we'll do a little run through because I know that there are some people that they don't really watch reality TV, but they like our dynamic. They like how passionate we are about these things. So if you don't watch Selling Sunset and you've been living under a rock, the general premise is, you know, we've got this real estate agency in Hollywood, in LA, owned by these two little...
The Jasons.
Jason and Brett. I was going to call them a name, but I won't. They're basically owned by these twin brothers.
Behind their actual surnames?
I think so.
Really?
Jason
I actually have got no idea. That's a good question. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, so anyway, the agency is run by Jason and Brett. They're twin brothers. They're incredibly rich. They sell very, very, very expensive, luxurious homes in Hollywood and LA and California in general, to be fair. And he has a bunch of real estate agents that work for him, primarily women. Most of them are his exes. So Jason...
Wait, they're all women?
They're all women, aren't they?
Yeah,
except the OC.
In the LA office, they're all women. And I think 3 of the women in that office are his ex. So let's take it from the beginning. So we've got Chriselle, Nicole, and that whole... and the Emma situation.
Yeah.
So that carried on from last season. So last season we were left on a cliffhanger of Nicole, who's an agent that's been there for years and years, basically accusing Emma of sleeping with married men.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the cliffhanger we were left on. And then it kind of rolled over into this season. And that's where it starts. There's a lot of animosity between Chriselle and Emma are best friends. And they hate Nicole and Nicole hates them. And so let's talk about that dinner because they had the dinner. What was the dinner in aid of again? It was like a girls' giving.
It was Amanda's Friendsgiving,
It was
right?
girls' giving.
It was girls give like a Thanksgiving
dinner.
Yeah.
So they had that, and obviously it went to hell and back, didn't it? Because they hadn't seen each other and they were going to film together. And then the whole conversation picked up about Nicole and her drug use.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, do you know what's so mad, yeah? That the audience have really been backing Nicole.
I'm backing Nicole.
Really?
I really am.
I haven't forgotten what she did.
If
The North
you're
remembers.
calling me a crackhead for 3 years and you're not dropping it, I'm going to hell. It was such a Housewives read as well.
It felt like that felt like a Housewives
I'm going
dinner.
to hell.
Yeah, it did.
And she didn't really, I mean, I get it. Chriselle's parents have passed away, RIP, but you keep coming and coming and coming at me. My beef is with your friend. My beef is not with you. So if you're coming at me and you're calling me a crackhead and all of these things, and it's public knowledge that your parents are crackheads, do you know what I mean? It's free for all at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you're confusing me with your parents because I'm not trying to fight with you anymore.
Do you know what it is? It's not the fact that her parents were crackheads, allegedly.
Allegedly, innit?
Allegedly, guys,
The
don't
thing
sue
is,
us.
it's the fact that they're dead. Like
Yes.
if they weren't dead, it would I think it would have been completely different. It's like you don't come after someone's dead parents. Like, that just feels really like
It is
you
low.
take it to hell. But that just felt like I don't know, it just felt like a step over hell.
Yeah, I don't know that it warranted it. The thing is, okay, let me rephrase that. I think that, and you always say this actually, you can't dictate how someone responds.
Yeah.
So I think that there's an element of truth to that. However, I feel like I can't fully back Nicole. I back the sentiment of like, listen, I need to get you to shut up by any means necessary.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to take it to hell to shut you up.
Yeah.
I get that logic. But Nicole, I can never fully rate her or back her because she's been a menace for the last
I'm
2
not
seasons. Do
team
you know what I
Nicole
mean?
at
And I
all.
just think she's a very odd lady. Like, and I don't know what her gripe
Why
is.
does she keep wearing wigs now?
Is that a wig?
Have you noticed?
Is she wearing a wig? Is the
You
blonde
know,
hair
people on
blonde?
socials, like, she'd be wearing wigs.
No, but
and
not-
it's
not
such
the-
a bad lay.
And she's got the money for it as
Wait,
well.
hang on. Not the blonde bob that she was...
No,
wearing
like
on the
since
show.
then.
Oh, I
Even
haven't
like in the
seen it.
reunion, it's a wig.
Really? Oh, I didn't
Yes.
notice. You'd think I would know. I didn't even notice.
But you're 100% right. Like, it doesn't warrant it. I think I probably would have said you're a crack baby rather than
Yeah.
It's still at her.
Yeah.
because it's at you. But at the end of the day, I always say, if you're throwing stones in my house or you're throwing bricks in my house, you can't dictate how I react after that. Like, I might come for your mum's house.
Yeah.
Like I'm so for like you can't dictate. Like I'm firmly on that page, but it just felt like dead parents just felt a bit
Yeah, it was icky.
Yeah, it was. I think everybody cringed a little bit at that. And yeah, I just think that if she didn't have to read, she didn't have to read. I don't really think any of these girls can really read. It's not really that kind of show anyway. But yeah, I mean, listen, I think that a lot of people have kind of been backing Nicole because of that sentiment, and people have short memories. The internet has short memories. They forget. Like, I'm not going to forget the way Nicole was going on. I don't really like her.
Same.
And I'm a Chriselle fan, and I know that
Yeah,
might
I
be
like
a controversial take, but
Nicole
I
has
really
come
like
out
I
and
really
said
like her.
production was pushing her to say the Emma affair thing.
Yeah. I saw that. I
didn't
which
see
I
that,
believe.
but yeah, I
which
believe
I
that.
believe. But if you don't want to say something, you don't actually have to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that's a two-way thing in the sense of like you want the clout in a way.
Because Nicole's never really been that girl.
She's not
never
that
had
girl.
a
She's
moment.
giving friend dog.
Yeah.
Such
Do you know
a
what I
pussy.
mean? And I feel like she was trying to really like cement her position. And all now I don't really know what her issue with Chriselle is. Like, if anything, the issue should have been with Jason, because Jason is, first of all, can we just talk about those little gremlins? Because they are terrible, terrible bosses. Like, and I am not
They're
even
terrorists.
Yeah, they actually are. Like, and listen, I'm not even I don't really care to comment on the fact that Jason has slept with half the office, because everyone's grown and they all seem to not be bothered. Like, and it's clearly all consensual. Everyone's grown. It is what it is, kind of thing. But just in terms of like the favoritism of it all, like the different standards that are set for people. And I know it's a TV show, but you know, they promote it as if to say that these people actually work there or what have you. Yeah, just the different standards that were set for Chelsea, for example, compared to
Yes.
everybody else.
Compared to Sofia Vergara's
Exactly,
cousin,
compared
sister,
to-
whatever
yeah.
the hell
Forget
she is.
Sophia Vergara and everybody else. The franchise.
Yeah.
Point blank,
Yeah,
period.
exactly. Literally
The
everybody
whole
that stepped foot in
franchise,
that place.
including
Yeah.
the OC,
Yeah.
like the whole.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it's not lost on us that like she's the only black person
Well,
across all the franchises. I mean, apart Amanda as well.
Amanda, Whatever
Amanda-
drop of black card you want to use has been revoked. I can say this as a
As our residential biracial. Amanda is half Nigerian.
Is she?
Yeah, when I found that, I was like, holy
I did
shit.
not know that, boy. I did not know
Yeah.
that. But I just feel like Amanda's a bit of a non-factor anyway. I genuinely think that like
I can't
she's
stand
there
her.
because she has this long-standing friendship with the twins, and they just keep her there.
Because what does she do?
Because they're loyal.
Nothing.
Because sis never goes on no showings. She's always trying to promote her art that no one cares about
Yeah.
every second. You don't get no listings. You definitely don't sell shit. Do you know what I mean?
Remember when she was like setting up, doing the home setup thing? What's
The
happened to that?
staging.
Yeah,
Do you remember when
yeah.
she did like her birthday and she was like naked?
Yeah,
I was like
that was
last
weird.
season, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, that was weird.
And then she was like the struggling like mixed race mum for a bit,
Yeah.
so kind of like tick box that. And it's like other than like you bring nothing.
In terms of the business, she definitely brings nothing. In terms of the show, she doesn't really bring anything. I didn't really like that whole thing. It was very strange because I think that she should have taken a more neutral stance in that argument. But
What,
Amanda,
the Nicole argument?
yeah, but they do say that about Amanda. They say she doesn't really stand for anything,
Yeah.
and that she kind of just flip flops a little bit. Like, do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I don't think she stands for anything. I don't think she has a backbone. I think her thing is just how long can she clutch at the straw of the show. And that is literally it. Because even just saying on camera, oh, she definitely does coke, we did coke together. Like, what is that? And then denying it.
At the reunion, it was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I think she got threatened to be sued.
Yeah.
I think that's what
And sacked
happened.
probably.
Somebody gave her a cease
Yeah.
and desist, boy.
I think this is, you know me, I love a conspiracy theory. I think that day that she's talking about when she was sniffing the crack with Nicole, probably
I don't
Brett
think it was
or
crack.
Jason.
Yeah, it was coke. It was coke.
But isn't coke and crack kind of like the similar vibes?
No, remember what Whitney
No,
said?
they're very different.
Crack is whack.
Yeah, crack is.
Okay.
No, she's.
I think they're from the
is that what Whitney
same
said?
family.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, guys.
I mean, we're not
I don't do
druggies, so
drugs.
we don't
I don't
know,
do
yeah.
drugs. PSA. I don't do drugs. But anyways, I think the day that she was sniffing it with Nicole, probably Brett or Jason was also like at the party sniffing it too. And I
They
think
probably all
Nicole
do it, yeah.
remind everyone who else was sniffing with me. And at the reunion, it was made sure to let it be known that we've never seen you do it.
Yeah,
And I think
that
that's
shit
what basically happened.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Amanda is just weird. Like, she's just weird vibes. And, you know, you did a whole season of this struggling black mum and, you know, you're not even an ally for Chelsea.
No, she hasn't said a word on that.
Nothing.
what's the wildest
thing?
But
Word.
she's saying words on social media.
I'm not surprised. That doesn't surprise me.
She's
in the
writing
slightest.
comments.
Because she's the type, and I
She's-
mean, a lot of reality stars do this, isn't it? They wait to see the response from the public, and then they decide which side of the coin they want to fall on, depending on what the public's saying. But in real time, which is why I stand Chriselle, because a lot of people don't like Chriselle. They accuse her of being fake and all the rest of it. I don't think Chriselle's fake. I think when she first came on the scene, I feel like that label would have made a bit more sense because remember, she was always so happy.
Yeah.
And even me, I used to be like, no one's this nice. No one's this
Yeah.
happy all the time. I genuinely think being blindsided in that divorce and losing her parents has really hardened her.
Yeah.
And I think it would harden anybody. And I think since those life-changing things have occurred, she's been like, no bullshit, I'm not taking any shit. And
Yeah.
obviously she is in a queer relationship.
Yeah.
She's queer. And so of course she's going to stand on business to, you know, protect her community and her identity and all the rest of it. And I just think she's consistent. Like I don't see any reason to not like her unless you are against her kind of messaging.
Yeah.
Then you would be against Chriselle.
I think with Chriselle though, when she like to your point is that when she first came on, it was like this wholesome Southern American act, and like as the seasons have gone on, and obviously the divorce, new relationship, all of that, I feel like she's completely transformed, and also that mean girl thing. I think that I don't think she's a mean girl.
I think she's far from. I think if anything, Brie is the mean girl, but we will get to her
Yeah.
because I will give her her lashings after. But I don't see that label for
No.
Chriselle at all. I feel like the term mean girl gets thrown around so loosely anyway. Like anyone you don't like is like, no, the mean girl is a very specific type of person. But let's talk about, so we talked about Amanda, we talked about Nicole. Do you think that the twins were justified in letting her go? Which obviously they haven't actually let her go, by the way. She still works at Oppenheim Group.
Yeah.
She's just not in the office as
Well,
much, aka not on the show as much.
I don't think like that happened. One, outside of work. Two, I feel like their business and personal lives merge so much that it's
There is
kind
no-
of there's no clear like defined like
clear
line.
lines.
But so it's kind of like I mean Jason, Brett, or the Jasons, whichever one was dating whoever. It's like you guys.
Jason is Jason
just
is the one that's
Jason.
inner.
It's
Brett
just
doesn't do
Jason.
nothing. Yeah, it's just Jason.
It's just Jason. Jason is outside.
So I feel like they can't really dictate what happens outside of work hours when they're doing like when they're messy as well. But as of
be fucking
today, apparently Chriselle's quit. So I feel like that's
Really?
going to open the door for Nicole just to come back, because it was more so an issue. Like her and Mary squashed it. They seem to be okay now.
Yeah.
Mary, funnily enough, has like found it in her heart and made it her way to her house as soon as Chelsea like.
I know, exactly. Even though at the start of the season, she was talking about how she's not really close with her anymore, how she doesn't really fuck with her anymore.
Yeah.
And then at that dinner, she took a very clear stance.
Yeah.
Conveniently, when shit goes tits up with Chelsea, all of a sudden you're there. And so for her, anyway, we'll get on to Mary later, please. Like, she needs a whole segment.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we're not really like... We're kind of like by the by about the whole sacking of Nicole. What was the next major thing that happened? So we saw Emma and Chriselle's friendship.
Yeah.
We saw cracks starting to emerge because of Blake. So Emma is dating this guy called Blake. Emma is fighting for her life for this rich guy. Like, anyone that has got like even half a brain cell knows that she just wants to marry into this family
She wants to
quickly.
marry into
She
that
wants
5
that
billion.
baby quickly because he is a billionaire. So she's dating this really obnoxious billionaire son or what have you. The relationship is toxic, and Chriselle, her best friend, made it very, very apparent that she was not feeling it. Do you guys think that Chriselle did too much when it came to her input on Emma's relationship?
I think now knowing what kind of guy he is, kind of know, but at the same time, we had 2 examples of how it could have been handled with a friendship, and I prefer the way Chelsea
100%.
handled it.
Yeah.
And
Perfect,
I think
the way Chelsea handled
that,
it.
you know, yes, you know, you're my friend, you're always going to have your opinion, but I don't think it should be to the point where this has now become your personality trait of, I hate your man.
Yeah.
So I do think she did a bit too much, to the point where I don't want to lie to my friends about who I'm dating or if I'm back with someone. And I think that Chelsea was a perfect example of how to be a friend in that situation. So that's why I would say Chriselle did too much, because I can see there was another way to handle it.
But also now with the context of like Emma calling her from the bathroom, seeing Blake's social media posts and what he's been posting online, you're kind of like, oh, like, yeah, she did too much. But I'm kind of like, I kind of get it.
Yeah. That's why I said now that I see it, but before, no. Because I don't know if they knew that at the time, because I'm pretty
No,
sure
it had happened, but they weren't allowed to talk about it on camera.
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure if Chelsea knew that he was using the N-word, she wouldn't just be so like.
But she was there on the boat when he said it. But I think the way Chelsea's played it has been quite smart. It's kind of like, do you know what? Let's be honest. If it was Chelsea that was on his neck, she's going to look like the aggressor.
Yeah.
So let Chriselle come and do all of the labor, and you just kind of like add your 2 pence in, and then know when to like kind of shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
it's so draining being a black woman.
It's a very techie situation. I feel like the reason why Chriselle maybe did too much was during the season she was very vocal about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and obviously at this point we didn't know the full extent of what had happened, but it felt weird to me that she would just be like in Emma's face, like, I hate him. Like, I don't know that I would do that. Like, I feel like every now and then if there's an opportunity, you might drop a little something, but it felt like she was really like persistent in her hatred for him, and I could see why Emma would feel uncomfortable. But I think that what Chriselle's intention was to just let her see, like, I think she thought that by doing that it would sway him. I think she believed that their friendship was strong enough for her opinion to sway her away from the relationship. But you know, Emma is, I don't know how old she is, but she was talking about wanting a family, and it feels like she sees this as her only opportunity, which is really sad because you're tall, gorgeous, blonde, like
Early 30s.
It's the money,
like you're a baby girl.
because she says she's been on and off with him for
A while.
a few years.
But guys, can we be honest about Emma? Like, I'm not, at first I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. You're dating a guy that has never touched a fruit, never touched a vegetable.
Was embarrassing.
Looks like he doesn't like drink water. So God knows his pee must smell of like battery acid or something. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm not like, Emma never gave me like a beacon of like, intelligence and like someone that's kind of like really liberal and like really for women's rights or LGBTQ plus, like nothing like that like I never really got that sentiment. So it's kind of like, actually, do you know what? it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
It kind of make like...
But I feel like even with Chriselle, I understand. I think it's also a bit multi-layered for Chriselle in the sense of like, this person is against who she is. She's in a queer relationship.
Yeah.
I think she might have been able to be less intense about it because, let's be honest, like, that's what people do, innit? Like, if things don't affect you directly, then you can kind of just like sweep it under the rug or just keep your distance. I think where it's so like heavily attached to who she is, I think she just felt like, nah, I'm not standing on business if I condone this relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like she did do a little bit too much because I wouldn't want to make my friend feel like shit. But I understand why she was towing a really tricky line. And I'm not mad at the outcome because at the end of the day, this person is incredibly problematic. They're incredibly like, not only is the person problematic, probably like racist, let's have it straight, homophobic, all of these things.
Ableist,
all of these things. But on top of that, he's also obnoxious and he treats my friend like shit. I feel like Chriselle, you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like if she wasn't wearing the identity of queerness, then she might be able to
look over it
or just continue to ride out for Emma. But there's only so much someone can take when it's affecting them. So I understand why she did what she did. And it's a shame.
Does that include her, you know, like making it public as well? Because, you know, they had
that
conversation.
that was wrong. Because I actually saw that comment before this. I saw that comment ages ago on the blog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that was wrong. I feel like no matter what, I don't like how Emma is overly victimizing herself though in that situation, because what Chriselle did was wrong, but that doesn't take away from like what's happened here.
Yeah,
she doesn't take away
100%.
from the fact that he's racist, homophobic, and does all these mad things.
Emma's more angry that Chriselle brought it to like the public knowledge than actually what was said in the moment.
Exactly.
And even when she was describing, she's like, I was coming back on a plane from Canada, I had my glasses on, and like she made it sound so like Hollywood
and
like
kind of vibes.
dramatic. It was like, come on, get a grip. And the thing is with Emma as well, it's kind of like, in that moment, she's the kind of person that just sat there and said nothing, like absolutely nothing. Whereas I think Chriselle challenged him. And did you guys see his posts?
Yeah, I saw the post.
I saw them ages ago.
I think it's very, even the one where her head's on his lap.
Yeah.
What? No, please describe.
Basically, there's
but it's not her, it's a woman with blonde hair. Because I was like, is it her or is it not? I don't know.
I thought it was her.
I did think it was her at first, but I was like, he wouldn't do that.
No, because
he might. He sounds like a bit of a
someone
dickhead.
wrote and was like confirmed that it was her, and like she should have been, forget anything else, even if you don't stand for anything politically, the fact that he's even posting you like this is insane. So basically it's like a screenshot of like a video, because it's a bit blurry, and her head is on his lap, and then he says something like
when the girlfriend asked
what's for dinner?
Oh, how? Oh, that
And
is
it looks,
disgusting.
yeah, it's disgusting.
That is so misogynistic. He's
But
nasty.
it's Chriselle posting these things because
Chriselle posted that.
Apparently these things
He posted.
Chriselle really wants the people to
but
know.
he posted it on like a private or a close friend or something.
Yeah.
So like Chriselle has publicized it. So
okay, that
I
context is,
100% agree with why, or I understand with why Chriselle is doing what she's doing, reacting the way she's doing it, and whatever. But I know how I value my friendships, and men come and go, right? And we're going to argue about these guys and he ain't shit and whatever, but you still maintain your friendships, right? And sometimes as women, we are so dumb. Like
Not we.
Well, as a whole, like generically, we are so dumb. Like sometimes we do like to stick beside a guy until we
Not
don't.
me.
She's only sticking beside him because he's a billionaire.
Well,
That's
they're
it.
done anyway.
Are they-
Like,
okay, so I wasn't
they're
sure.
not-
No, guys, let's be honest.
I
She's going
wasn't
to go back.
But the thing is,
Well,
I wasn't
she
sure
probably
from the
won't-
reunion if they were, because then why? Okay, I
No,
wasn't
because
sure
she
from
was
the
saying
reunion.
that she's not with him, but she
Right.
was just trying to explain that I don't agree with anything that he said or done. But some of the things you're saying wasn't in that context.
Right,
That's
got it.
basically what she was trying to say. Like some of the things, yes, but some of the things that you're pointing at wasn't said like that. It wasn't in that context. And I think that's what she was trying to articulate, but she wasn't articulating it very well.
But sorry, guys, does it need context? Like, all you know is he has been homophobic, he's been ableist.
Yeah, no, 100%.
All of that. And then also in the thing as well, like he posted pictures of Barbies, and it was like a Barbie in a wheelchair, and he was like, what the fuck? It's like crippled Barbie.
Crippled
What's
Barbie.
next? A Barbie with
What a
a
fucking
beard.
douche.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. And my thing is, I feel like Emma's issue is, you're more mad that Chriselle exposed him to the world. And my thing is, in that context, I actually don't care that she posted it, because it wasn't even, like TBC if that was her in the screenshot. But if you're exposing like a homophobe, all of these things, then do you know what? Get him, Chriselle. Whack him again.
Same,
Yeah,
I'm
100.
Same. I mean, I get why Emma would feel like, oh my God, you were my best friend. Like,
You should have,
because
like-
it's kind of like throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's going to get dragged into it, and I understand. But at the end of the day, that's like a small price to pay compared to what this person is doing. And it's just, it's disgusting. And I just feel like with Chriselle, that's why I fuck with Chriselle, because I feel like she stands on business. She's a real ally. Like, if we say we want people to be allies, you have to call them out when they're doing bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And she could have just been very like insular about the situation and just kept to the queer side of things, like the LGBT.
She didn't.
But she didn't. She called him out for his racism. Like, and I feel like all these things go hand in hand, and all these things are intertwined. And I just think Emma is just stigmatized at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And she just can't see
100%.
straight. And unfortunately for her, it's not going to end well. Like, okay, Chriselle's a bit intense, but I would rather have a friend that rides for me that's intense, because friendship isn't just about the good times. If I don't, if as a friend, if I can't tell you you're in a fucked up position, or I don't agree with what you're doing, your partner is actually physically hurting me in my existence. We can't be friends.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%
as a friend,
agreed.
I can't just co-sign it because you're happy and because you want to have a baby. That is not good. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
So I will always stand with Chriselle on that. Like, were there some bits that were a bit, a bit somehow a bit tricky. Yeah, but it's complicated. Like, friendships are complicated. No one's perfect. But for the most part, Chriselle did what needed to be done. And if she's not with him anymore, then she stands corrected. The fuck? You know, but
She'll be back. If she's not with him anymore, she clearly
I really hope
will
they
be
do,
back for that.
because I like that friendship.
Yeah, so do I. I like them as a trio.
I like them as a trio.
I hated the reunion. I hated seeing
Same.
them separated.
Same.
It really
Same.
it's so weird, because normally I don't really care about, these show friendships, like but with them three, I was like, I hate the fact that it's split. I can see the pain in each of them.
Yeah.
And I really do hope that Emma just realizes that this guy is a prick, and just, and I hope that Chriselle then can forgive Emma,
She's
for
quite hard
being
on Chriselle.
stigmatized.
Chriselle, sis, it's okay.
Yeah, she is. She
Forgive
is
her.
hard. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? She's
She's
hard.
she's a hard nut to crack sometimes.
But
feel
I
like
think it's because she loves hard.
she's very boundary.
But
Yeah,
with
yeah,
people
yeah.
like Emma, it's kind of like, I know this is so bad because obviously we don't know like the whole situation. All we know she's in the toilet, but it's like you've told Emma multiple times now, and sometimes it's like those who don't hear will like must feel like it's kind of like you've done your part now. It's out in the open. If she goes back to him, she goes back to him. You gotta leave her to it. But Emma as well, though, I'm kind of like, she is very fickle. Sorry, like these two were your friends, and you're now like all pally with like these girls.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like even in that reunion as well, did you notice? Chriselle had exposed him for everything he did, and the first thing homegirl Amanda says, "Emma, do you need a hug?"
Amanda shut the hell up.
Amanda just needs to
You
go,
need a hug.
go home,
Girl.
go back to fighting for your
honestly,
child
like,
support or something.
She
Like,
is just always on the wrong side. She really, really is. But also, just to finish up on Emma, I think that it says a lot about you if you're willing to date someone like that.
100%.
I can't separate the two. I'm sorry. Like, in this day and age, because you've actively gone into it knowing this person is this way inclined. It's different if some old tweets that they did in, 2008 came out and they were like, you didn't meet them in that headspace, but he's still actively this person and you still want to be with him.
Yeah.
I can't say that you don't low key support or agree those views.
Those are her values.
Yeah,
Like,
I
to
feel
me,
like they kind of have to be
Yeah.
like.
yeah.
It's all intertwined. Like, I can't date
It's a
someone.
Venn diagram, sorry, like
Yeah.
misogyny,
Exactly.
and like homophobia, like it's all like a Venn
interlinked.
diagram, and she is
Exactly.
right there in the middle, going,
Pretending like, I don't support the views. Like, how long are you not going to support the views? Like, you want to procreate with this person.
You can't sleep
separate.
with someone
Yeah.
that those views are insane. And the thing is, I try to be in like Emma's shoes in a sense of like, if you're in an abusive relationship, the way that Chriselle has explained it, it's a very abusive relationship.
toxic, right? Because
She used the term abusive as well.
yeah, I don't think she should have said that.
She used that. So if you're in a relationship where it's very emotionally and mentally abusive, it's hard to leave at the timing that your friends want you to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so Chriselle kind of needs to also understand that. However, I also understand that I have been in love with a guy or whatever that has had some wild thoughts, and I can't fuck with that. I can't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
The last thing on Emma, what I will say is, it's absolutely fucking criminal that she left the Beyonce concert 1 hour like in.
I know.
Like, who does that?
She was going to Bahamas though. I mean, no, sorry.
On a private jet.
Let me stand on business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me not comment because you guys are gonna hate me.
Because the thing is, she left to go.
What time did you leave us?
No, do you know what? No, but do you know what it is? Honestly, I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not someone that I don't run a dictatorship in my friendships. I don't give a heck if I'm at the Beyonce concert and I got my cowboy hat and my boots and I'm having a good time, and you get that call and you want to go. I don't even think Chrishell's issue was that, and this like speaks like this is like how I feel. It's who you're going to do it with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be
person.
so happy for my friend. Even I don't care where we are. Like, we could be front row at a Beyonce concert, and if she gets that call from the guy that she likes,
Yeah.
and I know that it's just a normal, happy, like healthy relationship, let my sister go.
Yeah.
You are free to do as you will. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like, that is kind of criminal that she did that, knowing. And it was criminal that she lied as well.
Yeah, and then she's in the Bahamas the next day.
Exactly.
But she has to lie.
No,
Chrishell
but
is
that's
so
wild.
hard.
No,
When did she
Chrishell
pack?
is so hard.
When did she pack, guys?
No, but do you know how dumb
Chrishell
that is? Because
is so like
you
she's
might
so
as well
hard.
tell her though, because she's got if you're not going to, unless you're not going to post, which clearly she couldn't help herself when she posted, you might as well I would just be like, getting my bag on, putting my coat on, and then Chrishell's like, where are you going? And I'll just be like, to see Blake, and then just run. And I'll just start running. Running through the crowds.
Chrishell was hard.
Chrishell is a hard nut though. She don't play,
probably
she's a
just
hard
felt
bitch.
like, I'll tell her after.
Yeah.
I've been there
Post it.
before. Like, I've been there before where, Marrakesh, Audrey would be the friend that I would tell immediately because she would not be so harsh.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm
some
not hard
other
on my
friends would be
friends.
like, I'll just tell them after.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like there's a nice
So-
middle ground that you can have as a friend, because you don't want your friends to be scared of you.
Yeah, and I think Chrishell rules from like a authoritative point.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
she's
exactly.
very,
Yeah,
but then she's
very much
older
so.
as well, right?
Yeah,
so
very,
it's
very
and she
true.
feels like she's lived through. You know, Blake, they need to check his hard drive.
Yeah,
That's what they need to do.
He's a fucking weirdo.
He gives
bruv.
me I listen to Andrew Tate. Like,
he definitely
all
does.
that
Please,
shit.
Andrew Tate's even light. I feel like he's listening to even darker stuff. I
Yeah.
feel like he's deep in that red pill. Just reminds me of like how Scott Disick used to be, just obnoxious, rich, spoiled, jumped up kid, like entitled, nasty piece of work. Like I said before all of this, I really liked Emma. I just thought she was so funny, like just really
And so
easygoing, just cute and
Yeah.
cool. And I loved their friendship, and I loved the three of them. And just to echo what Isa said, it was really heartbreaking to see them separated like that. And anytime I feel like Brie thinks she's won in a situation or feel like she has a one up,
God, thank you
that
for
is
saying
really
that.
gonna
It
piss
felt
me
like
off.
Brie felt
And
like
then,
she was one
she
up.
really felt like she was like winning in that situation. And then Mary chiming in talking about, I don't think that with
when
her
she
shaking
called-
jaw.
when she called Chelsea, like,
she's always
Does she
twitching.
think,
Always
does she think she's
twitching.
Dr. Phil? Like, fuck
Yeah,
off.
exactly. Like,
I can't stand Brie.
let's quickly talk about them. And then we have to address the great big massive elephant in the room.
But who's them?
Brie
Oh,
and
Brie
Mary.
Brie and Mary
yeah.
and that whole other side.
Because Brie's only friend is Mary, right? At this point.
Yeah, in the office. Yeah.
And now Emma, it feels like Emma's going to get
Yeah,
swept
she's
into
gonna
it.
get recruited. I hope Emma,
do
wake
not.
up. If you see
Like,
this,
do not.
wake up and stand on business. Do not.
You still have
fall off your
Chelsea
square.
on your side. Do not do that, okay?
Because Brie's definitely like a snaky kind of character that is gonna like use that to her advantage.
100%.
To garner
She's a
more
snake.
soldiers. So yeah, do you know what was very interesting about Brie? First of all, she was drinking a lot.
A lot, but you would too
I
if you were
noticed
Nick
that.
Cannon's
Yeah, very
6th or 7th baby mother.
This is very true. This is very true. She's probably exhausted and needs a drink to. You
The
know.
problem with Brie is, even with the drinking, like everything is so performative
I say as I
with
drink.
her. It's like, oh yeah, it's 5 o'clock. Like everything
She's
that
trying
you
to
do,
have a
whether you have a
moment, yeah.
drink, whether you're holding a bag, whether you're walking down, everything has to be like a performance.
Yeah.
Even the reunion, her facial expressions, it's kind of like, you're not a gift. Like, just stop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
she's
it's just
trying to be a meme.
draining to watch
Yeah.
her. Brie is someone that we call at home Zoba.
Well, what does
Yeah.
What does that mean?
She's like an idiot, like dumb, like she's just people. If you know
Is that Spanish
Zoba,
or is that Lingala?
Lingala, yeah,
Oh.
she's just a pure Zoba. Like I can't stand the girl.
Yeah, neither can I.
Can't stand
Neither
her.
can I. And this is going to be a very controversial take, but I actually think that Brie and that type of person, that type of white woman, is worse than Mary. I really honestly think that, because with Mary, she's just a straight Karen. Like you see her from a mile off, like she exhibits Karenism, like you know to be weary of her, like as a black or a brown woman, whatever. you would know to be wary of someone like that. She's exhibited those kind of characteristics from day one. There's no arguing about it. There's no conspiracy. It is what it is. People like Brie wind me up. First of all, I totally agree. I think that her whole kind of demeanor is fake, is performative.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging surgery. I'm not against any of that. Like, she looks amazing. Like, the work looks great. But I always side eye people that try to, I don't know, they've kind of like, she's bought into this whole thing of like what a baddie looks like, and she's trying to be like black adjacent. And I find that very problematic when white women like that kind of dip their toes in and out of the culture. So they're very much adjacent. So I wouldn't say that she's like a bad baby. I wouldn't say she's that extreme, or like a,
what's the difference between her and Bad Baby?
Travis Barker's daughter, Alabama Barker. I wouldn't say she's that extreme where they're like, that is literally like cosplaying like Black Americanness. Brie just kind of teeters on the edge, and that to me is very scary. Allegedly, she's MAGA. I don't know how true that is,
really?
but it wouldn't surprise me. A lot of people say it in the comments.
Apparently she is, and I think that's probably why she says she doesn't discuss pronouns.
Yeah.
But no, I'll tell you why she doesn't discuss pronouns. It's because she's got a lawsuit.
Exactly, for being homophobic.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that.
which is what Chriselle's real issue with her.
Because I thought it was like, hang on a second. And all, like, even, oh my gosh, hang on, wait, rewind. Pause.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah. Brie. The issue with people like Brie or women like Brie is okay, fine, you want to inject yourself, you get a nose job, you've used fake tan, but then you're quick to come and sit there and talk about Chelsea and say, oh, she's had enough work done. Hun, you do not have the same face that you came out the womb with. You don't have the same nose, you don't have the same lips, you don't have the same boobs.
Not at all.
So you don't even have the same skin complexion. Look at her sister as well. Like that, I was like, whoa, who's this woman?
A lot of people didn't know that Brie was white, you know? Like, if you look in the comments, like, a lot of people thought she was either Latina, Afro-Latina. Some people genuinely thought she was like a mixed woman.
Not her being Blasian.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all sorts. And the thing is, that doesn't surprise me, because that is how she has curated herself to look. And again, everyone's got the right to do what they want with their bodies. Like, I'm not even judging that. But if you're going to teeter on the side of the culture, then don't be fucking racist. And I think the way she moves, I don't care. And I'm really glad that we're in an era now where we're calling everything out as racist. Because before, it used to be like,
well, you can't really say that.
If someone calls you the hard ER, or if someone like physically attacks you and blah blah blah. No, now we're calling out the microaggressions. Like, if you like project microaggressions, that shit is racist. And 100. I think it's incredibly problematic that she's had a hard on for Chelsea since the beginning. Granted, Chelsea was a bit annoying with the whole Nick Cannon thing, but you can't be Nick Cannon's 7th baby mum and come on a reality TV show
12?
and think, oh yeah, she might even be like 10
or 11,
10 or 11, whatever number she is. You can't come on a reality TV show like this and think that no one's going to ask you about it. Furthermore, Chelsea dropped it and she was willing to, like, you know, move on and blah blah blah. And she's had this hard on for her since day one, and it's very weird, and it's not lost on me that Chelsea's the only black woman. I'm sorry, I am not someone that can separate the two. But again, with someone like Mary, cool, like, Mary's a Karen, like, there's no arguing about it. But Brie, you have a mixed child, and I don't even, the way she talks and this whole thing of like, I'm such a, like, I think it's all fake. Like, I just think Brie is completely fake, not externally, but internally. Like, I remember I watched her interview with Paul C. Brunson. She was talking about her life story. I'm sorry, I don't believe any of it. I think it's
struggle.
Well, yeah, that's what she tries to project. And I feel like she wants to give off this idea that she's this badass chick that does this and blah blah. I don't think she would bust a grape in a fruit fight. She wouldn't do shit. I think she's the kind of person that actually, if you step to her, she would go running for the hills.
You know, the problem is with
Brie, no bite.
The problem is with people like Brie is she's never been rushed. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but she's never been rushed. And
Some people just need a good slap. Sometimes
she's
people
not about
need
it. She's not about it at all.
And also, the problem with Brie is women like her love black men, fucking hate black women.
It's always the way.
It's very dangerous. There are women who cosplay or emerge in black culture and highly hate the women who created that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And Brie is a prime example of that, right? Yep. And I don't know, and that just shows her insecurities. I don't know if it's maybe because is she like even the only white baby mom out of Nick Cannon's gang?
No, I don't think she is.
Wait, I think she is. Their breasts are light skin.
They're all light skin.
But
really?
like,
I mean,
she's white.
I know he's got one dark skin.
Yeah, he's got one dark skin and the rest of them are light skin, as in mixed race.
Yeah,
So
maybe she is then. I thought he had
like,
another one.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if it's an insecurity because she's like the only white lady in that gang. if it's an insecurity because, do you know what I mean? She wants to be this bad bee.
I'm not buying that.
And another thing, she needs to keep Mariah Carey's name out of her mouth.
She loves the proximity.
Yes.
Even though she tried to check Sandra, I wasn't buying it, but she was loving it. She loves it. And I hate this for Mariah.
So do
I hate it for Mariah that she is affiliated with such fucking nonsense.
Trash. Yeah.
The only saving grace for Mariah is that she was the first.
Yeah.
That is what, thank God, she did not know that all of this mess. And then on top of it, another reason why I don't rate Brie is because she actually thinks Nick Cannon's the prize, and she truly believes it. I feel like she truly believes that she's the favourite. I feel like she truly is convincing herself of this open relationship. I'm not buying it. I think she really loves that man and she pretends to be okay with it.
Oh, she was married.
Yeah, she was married to some ex-NFL player or something.
She was married to some ex-NFL player, right? Which, by the way,
and she's the guy of Hulk Hogan's son when she was white.
This comment about
and that family are racist.
Oh yeah, they are exactly.
Yeah. She made a comment about me and my partner being 10 years deep. Yeah, when you divorced. Firstly, you wasn't even married. You was married after 10 years ago. I think she was married in 2019.
Yeah, he was like a raging alcoholic.
And she's divorced him because, he used to step outside. Same shit that Nick Cannon does anyway. So she's just a walking contradiction, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything else. And then you're saying that, we were 10 years deep. Bitch, you was married to someone else.
And also,
what are you even talking about?
You see when they were like, oh, do you want to have more kids? And she's like, oh, we're good for now. No, you don't get to decide,
you don't
baby
get
girl.
To decide. Exactly. He might have more kids. You might not. You might be good. He may not be.
She is so insecure that she has decided in order to take control of the situation, I'm going to act like this was my decision.
Facts.
That is how insecure she is. No woman would be happy with that.
I'm not buying
Didn't
that
you
at
find
all.
the scene with her sister awkward as
well?
well?
It was again. It just goes back to what you guys were saying before, trying to have a moment, doing this overly dramatic, really, really, really bad impersonation of a black woman.
She's like a caricature.
Yeah, it's like a caricature. Exactly, like with the one-tongued curls and the deep fake tan and the weird slang, all of that stuff. I do not fuck with. That's why I say I don't think she's genuine. I think all of it is an act. I think she really wants to come across that she's so unbothered. I think I totally agree. She's tried to convince herself that she doesn't care about the situation. I think she's very much in love with Nick Cannon, and he's in an open relationship and she's not. And she goes around pretending from time you think he's the prize and you're in a situation where you're the winner, I cannot rate you.
Yeah, I can't
just for that alone, you're not the image that she projects versus her real life situation cannot go hand in hand. You cannot be a bad bitch while simultaneously being in a relationship and claiming a man who goes around doing interviews saying he's still in love with his ex-wife. It wasn't even that long ago. Nick Cannon was on the Breakfast Club not that long ago, saying that how his situation with all of these women that he's had all of these kids with is a trauma response because he didn't deal with his heartbreak with Mariah. And
if he was still with Mariah, none of this would be happening.
And how being with Mariah, he realised that he felt emasculated because he felt like he couldn't live up to her, and it was nothing that Mariah did. He said that he used to wear power suits every day for no reason, just because he felt insignificant. Okay, you didn't say power suits, he just said suits.
But around the house?
Yeah. He said that he used to wear suits all the time, and she'd just be like, why are you wearing a suit, sir? We're in the garden, chilling with the kids. But that's how he had to sort of uplift himself because he felt so insignificant next to her. And he admitted that none of that was Mariah's doing, it was his insecurities. And that had he dealt with his trauma with the divorce, he may not have been in this situation now. That is so, I can't even stress to you how embarrassing that is.
And this is why now he deserves someone like Brie, because someone like Brie is a fucking bird.
Oh my God.
Who would just roll with it and act like this is the life that I chose to have. This is not the life you chose to have because you divorced a whole man.
Exactly.
Because of that life.
Mm-hmm. But they're both
But
birds.
the black man comes and looks at you.
Right.
And then you're willing to accept it from him.
But guys, they do cringe interracial content.
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen the one where it's they're in the shower and it's basically he turns to her and he's like, "Where's the washcloth?" And she's like, "What's that? I just use my hands."
Oh
and it's
my God, stop it.
I feel like we're giving
sick.
Brie so much time.
I feel sick. Yeah, she's a phony, basically. She's a phony. And do you know what? It's actually quite sad because I'm sure under this fake hard exterior that she puts on, I'm sure there's a very nice person, but she needs to strip it all back.
No, I don't think there is.
The hair,
I don't think
the deep fake tan, all of that. I truly believe that when she had party and they didn't come, I truly believe she was hurt by that. And
No,
again,
I think it was a setup.
do you
I think it was
Alright, maybe it was a setup to have a
that,
moment.
It was a scheme that Todd was about to set up. Yeah,
you might be on
because
something.
I think they were going to try and build a
they-
moment.
They were going to jump Chelsea.
They wanted to have a moment, but I do think that she was okay. Maybe hurt is a strong word, but I feel she was embarrassed by the rejection though, because again, she does this whole thing of I don't care. Like, no one is that hard. I don't give a damn. And when I watched the interview with Paul C. Bronson, the podcast, and she was talking about her hard upbringing, how she ran away from home, she was such a badass, like, girl, bye, whatever. I swear she said something about having horses. I was
Horses?
like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
I thought she struggled as a child.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when she had the horse on the episode, and she was like, "Oh, I grew up."
Oh,
like,
yeah, she
When I
did.
grew up, I loved my horses. Horses synonymous. I don't know. Maybe I always thought that horses were synonymous with people that had money.
Yeah.
No, but not in America, because if you're from like the South,
Yeah,
like
if you're
it's
from the
like
She's
Right.
not from the South. She's
Yeah.
from LA. Remember, she was like, I'm from LA. I was born and raised
Yeah.
in LA.
Okay,
So-
maybe.
And also, I've also know straight away when someone is like white, but they try and like really cling on to like I'm Italian.
Yes.
because like it's so coded to me.
Yeah.
like girl, Italians have been white since like 1952.
Italian are white.
They are, yeah. At one point they weren't though, but this was back in the day. This was like before
Like on
Jim
the
Crow.
consensus on a form, but
Yeah,
now
back
it's
in the
kinda
day,
like-
but now they're
Yeah.
very much white.
They fought for that right, didn't
Yeah,
they?
exactly. They fought to be white. So, girl, you're very much white, but she's very intentional with saying things like, "Oh, I'm Italian," blah blah blah. And girl, you're American
you're
Italian.
Still white. My
you're
mum's
white.
Spanish, and she's a white lady.
There you go. It's actually okay. It's actually
She's a white
okay.
lady.
But the wigs and the wonton curls and the weird
And the
slang,
braid. Remember when she had the braid? And
Yeah,
it's like, what are you
I
doing?
just-
Sorry, that caramel wig.
the wig, all of that. And the thing is, again, do what you want, but you're not going to do all of that
By the
and then
way,
talk to a
can
black
I
woman
just
like shit. Like, you're just not going to do it.
Can I just add, if anyone on her glam team hair makeup is black, I'm so ashamed of you, and that is my
Because they know what they're
public
doing.
service.
No, maybe
part-
they're getting her back.
part of-
Maybe it's payback.
No.
Well, I thought you were saying they're getting a bag.
You know when you have people you pay with that gas you like, yeah,
Yes, honey.
that's
Fine.
why she's doing what she's
But
doing.
babe, they're getting a bag. I'm not mad at those people.
And also, she might come there with a vision board. But what's interesting with Brie is she lives in LA, and obviously we've seen with the Kardashians returning to whiteness and stuff and starting taking off the cosplay. I think Brie, maybe that time will come.
She definitely will. I definitely see this as a phase for her.
Yeah.
Because even if you look at before pictures again, it's not even about getting work done.
Well,
because
as long as she's
work
with
is
Nick,
the
it's
work
not
is
gonna
fire.
phase.
Exactly. The work is fire. She looks better. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
deny
yeah,
that.
she
She's a
does.
beautiful girl now. Do you know what I mean? So that's not even the issue. It's all the other stuff that comes with it. But you can get all of the extras. Like, you can have all of the add-ons. But if your values and like how you feel about black women in particular don't match the image that you're trying to portray, I cannot fuck with you.
Yeah.
But then another thing is, just to add on that as well, is get the work you want to get done, but then don't come after a black woman and say, oh, she's had enough work done. You can't talk.
I think she feels like, because she's so open about it.
Yeah, but
But still, so it doesn't matter. I just think it's weird how she's got a hard on for Chelsea, and it's just not lost on me that it's always this type of woman that want to ostracize black women, that want to talk shit about black women. You would think you want to be part of this world so badly, you would want to be friends with a black woman, but you don't. Like, you're doing the complete opposite.
because she thinks she's superior than
Yeah,
black
she definitely
women.
does.
Like,
But also, this is not to say, that, because also I want to be careful with people like black women and white women having interactions and automatically labeling it as racist. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like we're never going to get good reality TV if there can't be conflict between different races. But there's some things that are clear as day. And the same thing with light skin and dark skin women. It's not always automatically colorism, but some things are.
Yeah.
So when we talk about Potomac, which we will, that was, to me, clear colorism.
Yeah.
Like, there was a clear divide. It was always like the dark skin women being ostracized, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want there to be a world in which everything
has
falls
to be
back on
labelled
that.
as that.
But
yeah.
I definitely do think Brie is racist, because I just think that, and also we know Mary is racist because the standards are just always different for the black woman, and that.
Yeah,
for
but
me,
then that's
I can't
Brett and
ignore
Jason
that.
too. It's kind of like the goalposts are always moving for
Yep.
the black, for Chelsea in particular.
Exactly.
I honestly, are we moving on to
Yeah,
Chelsea?
yeah.
Honestly,
Shout out,
this
good sis.
season, shout out to Chelsea, man.
We love
like,
you, Chelsea.
Shout
Come
out
on, you're always
to
welcome.
Chelsea, because that is one black woman that showed resilience.
I know, she's still
I don't
in
even know. I hate even
business.
putting that word on her.
I
She's
know,
so
I hate
on
putting
but
business.
like
she had
resilient,
to.
strong.
She had to,
black
because
women.
for someone who whether she did this on purpose or not, and decided, while I film, I ain't gonna chat no one's name. on purpose and to prove a point.
Because she knew what it was going to be,
Or whether she decided, or whether life humbled her, in terms of like her divorce and all of these things, whatever reasoning, because she did come with a different vibe and energy this season.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. She was way less annoying.
Chelsea, exactly. Chelsea.
Do you want her to come on, Audrey?
No, I do. I love you, Chelsea.
had
I'm
a
joking.
level of confidence that could rub people the wrong way, right? But she came.
But let's
this
unpack
season-
that. Because why is that? Why is it every time a dark-skinned black woman comes on a reality TV and she has a bit of confidence, she is educated, she's smart, she's articulate, why is it that constantly there's this thing across TV shows where it's like, oh, she has to be humble, she has to tone herself down?
I've got a pause on that one. There was a few women in Selling Sunset that came with confidence that was jarring. It wasn't just Chelsea, it was just
But it's just
LA
like a repeated
thing.
behaviour, I've noticed. It's always like the black women have to kind of be like, oh, she's...
No, because
dunno.
Christine came with a
Yeah,
level
Christine
of
was
confidence
mad.
that jarred so many people for seasons on that there wasn't needed a takedown. I don't think on this situation her confidence was a black woman thing.
I do.
I think that she came in with confidence. She's married to money. She has all these things, and it kind of like was that level of confidence. However, my point is, this season, I don't know if it was life, divorce, or whatever. She came on a different type of
We definitely
vibe.
saw a different side of
And
everyone is backing her.
right, and it was just so like heartbreaking to see her scenes where she's just focusing on the work or she's focusing on this, and she didn't really break down even like the details of what happened after Brie sat down with dinner and she didn't even actually even break down with that. But time and time again in these little 8 episodes that Netflix gave us, the girls are really coming for her. And this season, the past seasons you can argue, okay, maybe she provoked it a little bit.
She gave it just as good as she got as
gave
well.
it. Maybe she shouldn't, like, why is it her business to talk about someone else's relationship? She's in her marriage high horse, whatever. This season, you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
You can't tell me
flawless.
nothing. Chelsea did absolutely fuck all, but face her front and mind her own business.
And get that money.
And get that money.
And I think that does speak to like kind of like interlinks both of your points, because when dark-skinned black women do come on these shows, they are torn down. So I feel like, and I feel like this is just a reality TV thing in general.
It is.
And it kind of goes across the board with just people in general. Like, they come on first season hot, which is why I would be very interested to see what happens on Real Housewives of London next season. Because when people... Okay, take it back even further. When Atlanta and stuff first started, there wasn't social media like that. So that's why we could get a good 5 seasons of it just being fire, because we didn't have people doing TikToks and people inserting their opinions. So people could just be a bit more organic. And I feel like as time goes on, people... they change, because of course, like, you want to be, first of all, you want to be back. You want to be in good favour with the audience. I don't care who you are. No one wants to be a villain. No one wants to be hated. And I feel like it kind of dilutes the show a little bit, and people dilute their personalities. And I feel like that happens when you dilute it further down and it's concentrated even more when you're talking about black women in particular.
Yeah.
You already have all of these preconceived notions that are put on you before you've even opened your mouth.
That part.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that is definitely, I feel like the two things that are true. Do you know what I mean? It's like, as a dark-skinned black woman, Chelsea came in all guns blazing. It was her first season. Everyone on their first season comes in hot.
Yeah.
Everybody. And everyone wants to have a moment because you want to come back.
You want to be
do you know what I mean?
remembered. Let's
You want to
be
be
honest.
remembered. You want to come back. And obviously, if you make good TV, then the chances of you coming back for a season 2 are very high. And so I do think you're right, Isa, in the sense that like Chelsea did come in hot.
Yeah.
And even with the whole thing with Brie, I've never been team... I didn't hate Brie as much as I hate her now, because I've really seen her for what she is now. But back then, I did think, and I feel we all thought, like, why are you pressing her so much about her situation? Like, granted, ask her, because it's abnormal that someone like Brie would be on a show in this situation and you're not going to ask about Nick Cannon.
it'd be weird.
You signed on knowing this was going to be a thing. And granted, it was made a storyline for Forever and Ever.
Yeah, because
Amen.
she asked her about it and she kept pressing on it,
Yeah.
and then she was judging it. Then she was just like, she can't really, be around.
She said what the whole world was thinking.
Yeah, I don't even feel like
She
she was
can't be
judging
around.
it. She kind of
Yeah.
just said what everyone was thinking.
Yeah,
But even
yeah.
with
No, but she made a comment about like she can't really like fuck with Brie.
Yeah,
because she doesn't
she
agree
can't
with
associate
that lifestyle, so she
with
can't
her.
associate.
Yeah.
So I think
Which is
that's where
kind
she
of classist.
kind of like fucked up a
Elitist,
little bit.
whatever.
Like,
Yeah.
ask her, press on it, whatever. But I
Yeah.
think when because I feel in life, ladies, you will be on that marriage high horse until Do you know what I
Wait, no
mean?
more.
But sorry, with Chelsea, I feel like with the husband thing versus being Nick Cannon's six baby mothers, two different things. Yeah,
I'd rather be divorced than be
and with Chelsea, this is the thing. I kind of saying like to Izza's point earlier. It's like, why is it that we're constantly seeing this thing like, oh, you got to come back and humble yourself? Any other white woman can come in on like Christine or whatever. With Chelsea, let's be fucking for real. It's always been different.
No,
the standard is definitely
the standard
different.
has always been different. Even like the way that she came onto the show. Like had Brett, Jason, whoever setting these kind of like unrealistic expectations, not the same for Brie. Or now I mean, how many houses has Brie sold? But Chelsea, who had been a practicing real estate agent, and it's kind of like then she comes back, and this is the thing I'm trying to get at as well. It's like whether you come in hot or whether you come in as Chelsea did this season, there's no fucking difference. It's the same. You even actually her coming in this season and being humble is basically like it's the same.
Humble as in what she's gone through in her personal life. But sometimes like you go through shit and you ain't got time. Like none of this other stuff is important anymore.
No, but I feel
it doesn't matter. So
then
it humbles you in that way.
But it's always, again, like people then always expect the black woman on the show has to come back and humble herself. Same with Wendy as well, right? You've always, the dark-skinned black woman's always got to humble herself. It's kind of like, oh, tone it down a bit. And it's like, oh, wait, hang on a second. The rest, Brie doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, it's very true. It's 100% a double standard. That's just how, that is racism and colorism rearing its ugly head. And it's very unfortunate.
And my point is like whether Chelsea comes in as she did her first season, second season, this season, there's no difference. Ultimately, you get treated how they want to treat you.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's fact. That's fact.
Because if Chelsea had come in how she came in this season from season 1, she may not have made it to season 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it is this thing of like, hang on, black woman, you better fall back. You better fall back. Get in your place. You're not going to do too much. You better abide by these rules. And unfortunately, this is the thing, it's a double-edged sword. Like we need the representation.
So hard.
It was hard to watch.
It was hard.
But even
so
guys, remember her clothing choices like last season? I was just like
the origins of Mary's beef.
Yeah, but the white women get to wear whatever they want to wear. But it's like Chelsea wearing a dress that had shorts underneath was an issue. But it's like we've seen their asses, we've seen their boobs, we've seen like literally everything, whether it's in front of clients or not. Let's be real here. You guys aren't selling houses, you're selling outfits, you're selling a lifestyle. Like this is not a 9-to-5 corporate office. It's you guys treat like walking up to
filming hours is not during
it's
your
not
9 to 5.
But even the way they treat like coming to sell a house, it's like a runway. It's not even like they're coming. It's not like, let's be real. So
and by the way, can I just say,
it's very true.
was Christine that started that. Big up Christine.
Yeah, I mean, Christine's
I love Christine.
iconic.
Big up Christine.
She was a bit unhinged, but she's a great reality
TV.
Yeah, big up Christine. She's the one who brought this element of fashion, selling real estate with fashions, because the rest of them was just wearing
Yeah, they were all kind of basic. I might need to go back from season 1 and start
Israeli woman. Like she was just like out of everyone just dressed completely different.
Yes, I
do you remember? And then she was like pregnant with that baby number 4 or something.
Yeah,
she
just kept having babies back to back.
Maya.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's true, because I guess now we can talk about the whole Mary and Chelsea dynamic. Let's talk about what happened now. The reaction to the flowers. Excessive? Much? She did too much.
Yeah, she did too much. And okay, so my take is, so let's go back. Obviously, Mary her house gets burgled. She's been robbed, allegedly. It's a whole few episodes of Woe Is Me. And Chelsea tries to, be empathetic, sends her flowers. I'm sorry that you've been through this, blah, 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 which I saw it as
a nice gesture.
A nice gesture, because like I said before, I don't know if it's life that has like humbled Mary or whatever, but she's coming in on a different vibes, right?
Chelsea.
I think life has showed her, like I said, some things are not worth it. It's not, do you know what
there's
I mean?
like bigger things.
There's
Also,
bigger
I feel like
things.
Mary was also a non-factor in Chelsea's life, just
Mary
in general.
was always been a non-factor in everyone's life, okay, including mine. And these flowers come in to Mary's house while she's in the middle of the scene with fucking dickhead Brie.
Exactly,
right?
because what are the chances of that happening, by the way?
If you did not want to give it camera time, if you felt that this was for the cameras, I would have looked at the note, dashed it on the side, carried on with my scene.
Yeah, same.
Right? I'm not giving you no
much,
camera time. I'm not giving you any factors in this, right? Mary just reacted like a real fucking Karen, hyperventilating at the fact that this was flowers from Chelsea. Brie is the little devil that just hypes up and enables Karens. and
She's
picks
a-
up
she's
the
a Karen
flowers.
whisperer.
She's a Karen whisperer. Picks up the flowers, dashes it in the bin.
But
And
remember, they were all like, they're so pretty. Oh my God.
Yeah,
they're
until
so
they saw they were from the
pretty.
black woman.
until they saw that they was from the black lady. And oh my God, like I'm surprised they didn't even call 911.
They
Like the
acted
way
like
that
Chelsea
reacted.
sprinkled anthrax in that, like
Yeah.
in the bouquet.
So I think that Mary is just a fucking Karen. Brie is a Karen whisperer. The whole thing was unnecessary. If you really genuinely thought it was for camera time, you've been in this show for how many seasons now? You know how to work the cameras, how to divert. Just don't give it any
Yeah.
time. Look at the thing and that's it. Leave it as that. And I think you just wanted a moment to pick at, because not even the situation from last season, because Chelsea didn't say hi to you at Emma's empanadas
Yeah.
party. And I think when she did not say hello to you in that party, this was your time
Yeah.
To get your lick back.
I'm going
Yeah.
to get my lick back. And I'm going to pick
Embarrassing.
and choose. And that's what it was. It's because Chelsea did not say hello. I think that if your place has been robbed and you can allegedly and you can still sleep there,
Yeah.
you're okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it escalated to the point where they did this dinner. She came at Chelsea, so she doesn't believe it. Chelsea told her what's what, very, very well articulated. And then it got to the point where it was that Galentine's and she saw Chelsea's name and she hyperventilated and
was spiraling.
and the
so
white
bad.
woman tears came out because she was in fear
She said, yeah. so
for
she's
her
in-
life
yeah.
if Chelsea came to this. Her co-worker, she's in fear for her life if Chelsea came. And I thought, you've always been a dickhead, but this is a dangerous dickhead.
Yeah.
Can we, but even like the flower, let's go back to the flowers thing, right? So there's a clip that I saw on social media the other day, and it was basically when Chelsea and had her whole situation last season, Mary was like, oh my God, I think should I send her flowers? And she's saying it to Chriselle, they're in the garden, and Chriselle's like, oh, I don't think so. Like she gives her the heads up, right? And it's like, oh, when she does it, it's from a place of, or has a thought to do it, it's from a good place. When Chelsea does it, who does not know the filming schedule? She doesn't know when they're filming. Oh, it's because she wants screen time. And you know what I liked about Chelsea? My good Northwest sis, she gave her a collective Northwest like dragon.
Really?
She
She
was like, they're
dragged
going
her
to get
to
my
hell.
face
Dragged her to hell.
regardless.
Yeah. She
And
dragged
can I
her to
also
hell.
add to your point about the hypocrisy of it all? So when Brie wanted to tell Chelsea, your husband is cheating on schedule,
Exactly. Was that
on
on
camera,
camera?
Yeah.
we have to believe that it came from a genuine
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, and her invite as well came from a good place
Exactly.
as well.
Right,
Exactly,
but the
exactly.
flowers wasn't. You told me my husband. You couldn't even have told me on the side.
yeah.
You told me my husband is having an affair on camera in
Yeah.
front of the world, and I can't send flowers.
Yeah.
And also to your point about the flowers, it's true. Like when you were so triggered, yeah, and you were shaking and your jaw was swinging from side to side like Mowgli in the jungle, yeah, over a place card, but you can still sleep in that same yard that got burgled.
Yeah.
You can still sleep in that same house
Armed
that got
people. Actually, I don't
burgled,
know- I don't
and
know
you
if they were
don't
armed.
fear for your life, but you
That
fear
doesn't
for
make
your
no
life for
sense.
Chelsea.
When there's production, when there's
Do you know
security,
why?
when she's never ever exhibited any violent
Do you
behavior.
know
never
why?
happened. Guys,
do you
it
know
never
why?
happened.
Because these men on security had white hands. I'm sorry to say,
Guys.
you don't fear white burgling men, but
Burgling men.
but you fear a black woman. Don't piss me off.
Nah.
That sent you flowers.
She's
don't
a
piss
joke.
me
Wait,
off.
guys,
fucking
can we go
joke.
back to the burglary, please? Can we just unpack that pause, yeah?
Yeah, that
Because
was-
as much as Wendy's like little shenanigans has been like unpacked, yeah, Mary,
I know.
you
I
expect me
know.
to believe these men came into your house over the fence
In the day.
broad daylight,
day.
yeah, found the key to the safe
Yeah, that's weird.
and just bust
I'm so-
open that safe. and
Yeah.
took
You
all the
guys
family
knew that
ends.
there
I
was
mean,
like
come
these
on.
little robberies going around, and you said, "Hey,
They would have
let's
been-
add our house to the list."
Exactly. They would have been better off, yeah, saying that they were having work done and it was potentially some
Yeah.
of Remaine's people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That would have even been more realistic. But do you know what? I just think, regardless of whether the burglary is staged or not, allegedly, which is what the streets are saying, her overreaction is just completely embarrassing.
It's disgusting.
And it's disgusting.
And I hope that she apologized. I hope that she doesn't do, like these people when they're the villains or they do something fucked up and then the whole world is against you and everyone's writing in your comments and you're turning your comment section off and people coming for you on Twitter. I hope that she doesn't do the whole defense thing or ignore it or doesn't care and actually uses this time to really take in what's going on and apologize for her behavior and sit down and understand and do what the Americans do, give some money to charity for
NAACP.
Black Lives Matter or whatever it is.
Maybe not Black Lives Matter because it's a bit...
Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's a bit sketchy at the minute,
NAACP, like do whatever you need to do because this is on camera, Mary. Your behavior was insanity.
Disgusting.
It was disgusting. And also, sorry, I know that I'm going to go off subject because we do have to move on.
Yeah, we have to move on. We have to pick one.
Why
we have
is
to pick
it that
either
we
Salt
have
Lake or
a
Potomac.
show?
It's really
I
quick.
just want to ask one question. What is the point of having a reality TV show that constantly we can't mention things or we can't talk about certain things?
Yeah.
Like just
It's so
fuck
annoying.
then just scrap the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in other shows that we watch, like the juice or the gossip or whatever is these things that are going on in real life.
And also, it doesn't make sense.
This is no longer reality TV. This is scripted TV now.
100%.
But the thing is, with the whole dinner thing as well, it's come out that apparently Brett and Jason have said like, oh, they're going to fire Chelsea or maybe she's already fired. That's why she's kind of going hard on social. But even with Mary, it's kind of like, if we were expecting any sort of remorse from a woman like Mary, it would be a cold day in hell. Like
I think she might.
I doubt that.
But did you not hear that lawyer that came out? And
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Apparently there was a scene.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
They did fire her.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And I don't think she's fired anymore because they scrapped the scene.
Yeah, they scrapped the scene. Yeah.
So,
and she called them out. Allegedly,
that
Mary
they were
called
being racist.
Chelsea called them racist, and then that's when Brett and Jason were like, cut the cameras, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you know the way Mary got up and she ran out because of the Friends comment.
Yeah.
That didn't really warrant that big reaction, but obviously being called racist might.
Yeah.
So that makes perfect sense to me. And just to your point is exactly that. Like, because even with the whole Chriselle and Emma thing, I feel like also part of the reason why Chriselle was going so hard about Blake is because she wasn't allowed to mention the things that the things that actually transpired about his homophobia, his racism and all of that. So I feel like that's why she was lamenting on how toxic he was as an individual. And then also they weren't allowed to discuss Bree's lawsuit against her, which is why Chriselle and Bree
what's the point?
So there's so many things that, whether they're pending lawsuits or whatever, so many things are being missed out, and it's just like the puzzles are not really puzzling.
Yeah, and even the editing was so shit.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like, there's definitely been scenes in there from the old season because, there's some of them that the weight was yo-yoing.
But if you look at the timing as well, like they filmed November last year, Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
All the way up until like Valentine's Day. So it's like, what have you guys, like Netflix, what have you been doing all now?
This,
like
the editing, and I think
on.
there was even a scene about a cat or something. I just picked up on it, and it was just like someone was buying a cat or whatever, but that came after, like the scene first was with the cat, and then they talked about like it was like the editing in general was like really bad.
Do you know what annoyed me?
Mixed match in order.
But then the Hedges thing, the twins in the office. Why do we get that scene? Why not include more scenes from like the dinner? Like when they were sat there for like 5 minutes.
But
talking
even
about
the
Hedges.
reunion, I'm sorry, why the fuck were the OC people?
Thank
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That was a waste. That was a waste of time having all those people come out, getting them glam and doing all of that. I don't give a shit about them.
Why did they bring out Romaine?
Exactly. Why was Romaine there? And it's just like, that was a waste of valuable time that they could have really used to unpack the Mary and Chelsea situation more instead of bringing out the OC. No one cares
really
about them.
are trying to be very careful to touch on. Sorry, I have to say this because I just remembered a point that I was really pissed off about. And there is no like one is better than another. By the way, I just want to clarify that. But I don't like the fact that we also gave a lot of time on like homophobia, certain things, but we don't ever touch on the racism.
They don't want to touch race.
You mean the microaggression, like the microaggressions of racism on the show versus what Blake was doing, right?
Both, all of it.
Yeah. But guys, listen,
It's
this is the thing with like, again, I know we'll probably talk about it at some point, but like some of these reunions, I just don't think Netflix knows how to do reunions properly.
Yeah,
I think it was the
Not
wrong.
even just
It was
reunion,
the
even
wrong
in the show
host
in
as well.
general. It's like we can see, how it is to be now a queer woman, for example, but we can't touch on
the
a
race
black
element.
woman working in a white. Do you know what I mean?
They
There's
don't
just
want
so
to. They
many
don't want to
things.
No,
touch
but
that.
guys, you know what
They
it
don't
is? They
wanna
were comfortable
touch.
when that black woman was Amanza. And they were happy to talk about the race dynamic, because I read an article, and when Amanza first came on the show, she was like, I'm so happy to be like the first black woman on the show. Black woman, yeah? So it's kind of like when Amanza was that face of like black women, you were okay with it. But now Chelsea's come along, a completely different energy, a monoracial black woman, dark-skinned black woman. You guys aren't comfortable talking about race all of a sudden. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine
I
when
mean,
you've
like-
got your DEI higher and like the person you will kind of want to amplify, but when it's Chelsea now, it's a completely different
And also,
goalpost.
Amanza is the kind of person that is she's probably all lives matter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She gives I don't see colour.
Yeah.
And she's
kind of
very
thing.
white passing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think she's
and-
going to be the person that's going to, like, someone like Chelsea is going to talk the things about
Yeah.
microaggressions. She's going to really speak up on it. And I don't think that they want to touch that, because then it highlights all of their racism. It highlights all the things. Like, then they have to, the thing is, once it's brought to the surface, then it has to be addressed. And I
Yeah.
don't think they have any intentions of addressing it. And I feel like denial is like
A river in Egypt.
literally, I feel like that's how they deal with it, kind of thing. But we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Like, we can do all of it. But I think that they find it easier to tackle, and this is not to say that it hasn't been undermined by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like they find it easier to deal with LGBTQ issues because it's only Chriselle. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like they kind of minimize those issues by talking about it, they minimize it.
If there was
in
a
way.
dinner where Nicole had said something to Chriselle that was against, you know, like the queer community,
But she's done it before.
that would have been
Yeah,
aired.
because that wasn't even a thing.
If Chriselle stood up on her table and was like, you are being a homophobe, that would have been aired.
yeah.
If Chelsea stands up and says, you are being racist, that was cut.
That was cut out, yeah. They don't want that label.
And it's just, it's just brushing it under the carpet behavior.
I don't think that they care I don't think that they...
They don't care enough about racism.
Exactly. I don't think they care enough, but I also don't think they care enough about homophobia.
Well, they better care now because
but now
everyone
they're
is
gonna.
turning
No,
off the
Audrey, though,
comment
I think
section.
I kind of feel like they care more about the homophobia than they do the racism.
Well, this is
because
the point I was trying to get to.
Because last season, remember when they were in the office and there was a scene with Chriselle and Nicole, and I think Nicole had said or done something homophobic, and then she got
she
up
used
and
the
she
slur.
apologized.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're already like you're quick to address that, but when it comes to the racism, it's kind of like crickets all round.
It's brushed under the
That's what I'm
carpet,
saying.
hide
I feel like they feel like they know how to handle a situation like that.
Yeah.
They don't have the tools to deal with. There's no nuances of racism. It's just plain wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like they have the tools to call someone out about their homophobia and punish them in real time. The truth is, they don't want to punish these women for being racist, because then they all have to. Then the mirror's being held up at all of them for all of the things that they've done, because they know that they're all guilty of it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with the homophobia, it was one thing that Nicole said, and they can put the spotlight on Nicole and make her apologise. Do you know what I mean? But they don't want to deal with the racism of it all, because they don't care about it.
No.
Let me say something. We all see through it. I think the
Oh, yeah,
public,
the comments.
everyone,
Ciao.
all races, all walks of life have seen what is happening here with the Chelsea situation. It's absolutely disgusting. And I think that they probably have shitloads of NFL players, NBA players, whatever, like people of color, black people that are spending money in these houses to this group. And I think that everyone should fucking go on a fucking spending strike here until these little dweeb twins do something about it and get a proper fucking HR.
Yeah, they need.
Because I am
they need
so
a flogging.
pissed.
I think what they
I
should
have
do.
never been so fuming
Yeah,
in
same.
my
I was
life
so
watching a
enraged.
show.
I was fuming. You know what I think that all the celebrities, athletes, etc. in LA should do? Go and spend their money at black real estate owned agencies and like just fight with your
I
spending
mean,
power.
even when they did they had the spin-off.
Yeah, that was actually good. And
That
they
was
never
one
came back.
season
That
and
was
it never
with my
came
girl.
back.
What's her name?
the one from Wags, right?
Yeah.
What the hell is her name again? Chelsea Cinco's missus. I can't remember, but that was
Yeah.
actually
One
good.
black spin-off got
selling
cancelled
OC.
after-
No,
It was selling
Memphis.
selling Florida. No,
Nah.
Selling something, child.
yeah, selling something. I can't remember, but it got canned.
cancelled.
It got canned anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Whatever happened to Wags? Sorry, we've got
Yeah,
to
that
move on.
also is not coming back for season 2. They
Thank
they
God.
made it official. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. That was a hot ass mess. Okay, guys, we've got 15 minutes. What do we can only choose one: Salt Lake or Potomac. I will let you guys decide.
She's going Potomac.
I guess
'cause Salt
Potomac.
Lake
Yeah,
is not
Potomac
giving
is
anything.
Yeah, there's nothing.
right
They're still on a
now.
boat, still lost in the
I'm
islands
on a
fighting.
boat.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Potomac. I haven't actually watched this week's, so I might just let you guys take the floor.
Should we do
behind.
like top line shoots?
Not much.
Giselle is just being typical messy Giselle. What is she like? The
Giselle
bone
thinks she's
collector?
Neve from Catfish, basically, right now. So she's kind of called out Angel for her pictures. Like, let's be honest.
She does look different though.
She,
Come on, let's
but I
give it a
give
buck.
Angel a bit more grace. It's kind of like you just had a baby, you've put on weight.
That baby's 20 months.
Baby or not,
Audrey!
just admit, just say.
Like, please,
yeah,
let's
like
be for real.
exactly. I'm sorry. I hate the fact that someone said, "Oh, but the baby was born 29 months ago."
Yeah,
Who said that?
Let's be
Who
for real.
was it next
They
to
said
her?
19.
Oh, Tia.
Yeah.
Tia was like, but she just had a baby 29
I was like, I didn't
months
realize
ago.
how old the baby was. But anyway, it's like, guys, it's kind of like, but it's giving Mean Girl. It's kind of unnecessary. It's
It
like with
is,
Stacey.
but it's still a fact.
It is a
She
fa-
does. I mean, see, I'm still on flipping selling sunset. Giselle is fucking messy as hell for doing that. I feel like, okay, it is Mean Girl because that's
It
a nasty
is.
thing to do. Like, everyone here can see that clearly this woman edits her pictures.
Thank you.
I don't think Giselle needed to bring that up. It's so, like secondhand embarrassment,
Yeah.
cringy kind of thing. Like, let's just keep this as an unwritten thing that we do not discuss because it's so apparent. But that is so typical of Giselle because she's always deflecting. The more she hyper focuses on someone else, the less we focus on her and what she's got
Exactly
going on.
that.
Let's talk about Stacey because I'm starting to love her more and more every week. I feel like she's got such thick skin. I feel like she plays the game so well. She's doing amazing. I love her.
You're doing amazing,
She's
sweetie.
doing amazing, sweetie. What did Stacey do this week? Why did they? So I watched the episode before and fucking Forehead Ashley.
I'm wearing a hat
By the
today, so
way,
you
can
can
I
bash
just quickly, because
forehead.
I know we've only got a few minutes, I just want to add, because you said Ashley's name, she's not needed no more. She's not needed anymore. Just get her friend off. Like, she's not needed. There is no storylines. All she does is try and bring in messiness that is not even landing. Do you know what I mean? At least with Giselle, with the face tune, it was like a little bit entertaining, even though she was wrong. Sissy was wrong. But it was like entertaining. It became a thing. When Ashley tries it, it's not even a
But
thing.
can we
does
be
it, it's
honest?
just
But,
dark.
guys, but on
Bro.
Ashley though, can we be honest? Yeah, does it matter if Stacey was trying to date Chris Samuels?
No,
Who cares?
Who cares?
Like-
okay, even if she, like, who gives a fuck? But I keep saying this. I've been saying this since the day Stacey started. Like, I fucking love her. I think she's now
you have
become
been
my
saying it.
favorite.
I like her now.
I've
I didn't
been
know how I felt
saying
about her
it
before.
from the beginning. I love her, and I just love the way she shuts shit down. Like,
Yeah, I
she
think
doesn't
entertain it.
care.
I think we need to be honest. I feel like what Giselle's done with, like, you know, when they got there in the dressing gowns, it's like so nasty.
Why would you do that?
That was
Do you know what was so
horrible.
dumb? Her fucking reasoning. That didn't make any sense whatsoever.
No
Just-
note as well. Like
You
a black
don't even know
piece.
Angel or Tia either.
Exactly. Just say that you were being horrible because this whole thing was like, well, Stacey, I still don't know who you are. Like, no one believes that. I mean, that was so nasty. And Stacey handled it like a fucking
Yeah,
champ.
because
Yeah,
she
she
was even
did.
in her features.
She
Like,
really
I'm still
is
be
that
chilling in my
girl.
nameless robe.
She really is that girl.
She's
Like,
that girl.
She really is the perfect housewife. Like, she just knows how to play the game. She's so delulu. She's fabulous. That was nasty. That was very nasty.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
and I
very
think
nasty.
on Angel, so
She's so miserable.
But my
she drains
thing-
me.
Yeah,
the
she
thing-
won't be
I
back for
don't-
season. Another
she
season.
drains
I don't think she'll be
me.
bad, but I also don't get why she's even on the show because my cousin that lives in DC told me
Ooh,
that
not
apparently
anxiety.
she's not she's not into drama. She's very chilled. Like
that's
her
what she's
going
giving.
onto the show is kind of like a weird one because she's really not that kind of person.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of feel like Angel, her downfall is coming on through Kiana because it feels
100.
like whenever she's not with Kiana, she's a bit of a vibe. When Kiana's there, whispering in her ear, it's kind of like her mood changes. And
Yes.
the whole catfish thing that Giselle did, I kind of get where Angel was coming from. You know what? In the moment, you kind of move on from it and you're like, let's just have a good time. You sleep on it, you wake up and actually you're kind of pissed off. Like you are kind of pissed off. But even when she was sat there crying in the kitchen, I just thought, Giselle, this is how I know Giselle is a sociopath. Like she showed no emotion. Like if one of you guys were crying in front of me, I think I'm just going to get emotional as a person.
yeah.
You do feel, and also as a mother, you're both mothers as well. And you do not feel like a lick of emotion.
You caused it.
Thank you. Like
Giselle don't
Giselle's
give a
weird.
heck.
Giselle's a big weirdo.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you don't think she was a bit like at the beginning? She's like, oh
haven't
my god, are
watched
you
it.
crying?
I
Like,
just didn't believe. No,
when
but
I
the thing
saw
is-
it, I did feel like Giselle was like a bit like taken back.
But-
like, oh my god, are you crying?
But
Like, I
that
don't
wasn't
want you
emotion.
to cry.
That was just a robotic
performance,
It was a
yeah.
performance. There was no sort of like genuine empathy within her. Giselle lacks empathy.
Yeah,
she
I
definitely
can't
does.
lie though. if someone was crying to me about a catfish comment that I made, I would be a bit like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to feel deep in my empathy emotions either.
I would feel bad.
I wouldn't. I'd just be like,
Yeah, maybe just for the fact that she was crying.
I
don't
would
know,
feel
I haven't
bad.
seen it, but Giselle definitely lacks empathy regardless.
yeah,
Yeah.
she does. Like she
Regardless,
does in
like,
general. But I just
yeah.
think that was a bit
Maybe
like,
that was a
girl,
lighter example,
you
but-
edit your pictures, you got caught out. It is what it is. Just say like, just stand on it.
But I
Like,
think
yeah,
it's
like
the-
right
the
now I'm
thing-
not feeling myself and
But
I
you
do
have to
edit.
be mad to do that though, to that degree. I mean,
But
come on.
I think
that
it's the way
different
that it was
person.
done though. If it was a thing where it was like a side conversation, but the fact that you're saying it, remember they were saying it on the golf buggies before the dinner as well. It's like, who's that girl? Whatever. And then like you bring it to the dinner table.
Yeah.
It just feels like
It wasn't dinner
a
table
pile-on.
worthy. Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what
The
I
thing
mean?
is, this is what they do. They came at Stacey for her breath stinking.
She's mad.
They're
Oh my
now
God.
coming at Angel for heavily editing. I mean, even the
No,
fact she's denying
that's a different
it,
person.
it's just
Yeah.
the fact that
That's not
she's
even her,
denying
sorry.
it. Like it
She
was,
should have just said she did it.
yeah, like
just
come
forget.
on, man. Like Angel, like
That's
you're flopping
scary.
so bad. Like, and I thought Angel at first I was like, okay, you know what? I don't mind her. But she's flopping so bad, and Kiana is going to really, really fumble her paycheck.
Kiana would be Angel's downfall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Also, yeah.
Because remember, Angel's introduction was like, you know, she's a Zen person. I don't do. I'm all
They're
about
always the
high.
worst ones.
I'm all about positivity. I'm all about good time.
Go back.
And we haven't seen that yet. And when we have seen it, the one little snippet time was when Kiana and
The chin check thing.
her. Not even
Chin
because you
check.
haven't seen. Basically,
check
okay. So what you've missed was, it was after they were, where were they? Out and about. They've come back to the hotel and it was Wendy's birthday.
They're in
It's always
Ibis.
Wendy's
They're in-
birthday, I guess, around filming. Yeah. That makes sense, yeah.
So Giselle or someone brought out a cake, was like, okay, like Wendy, happy birthday. They all sang happy birthday. Giselle was like, last year you forced us to celebrate every single day. This year you just get tonight. And it was like, okay, let's play games. Everyone was like, it was very like unity. Kiana and her stank ass self was like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So she's fucked off from like the mini 10-second celebration that they're giving Wendy. She's gone to bed. Angel stays. They have a good time.
Okay.
They do all these
It's like typical housewives
Yeah.
stuff. They
typical
end up having
housewives.
fun.
They're
They're
having
like,
a good
let's play a
time.
game. Whose
Let's
husband
play a
cheats the
game.
most?
Yeah, she's having a good time. She's hugging, and everyone's like, "Yes, Angel, come here,
Yeah.
be over to the." And like Wendy even was like, "Oh, if you could kill someone, who would you kill?"
See, this is the kind of games they play.
Yeah.
And then she said it to Angel because she knew she was gonna say Giselle. So she said Giselle, and then Wendy's like, "Yeah," and Stacey's like, "Yeah." Stacey even doing gun fingers.
Okay,
Yeah,
Stace.
like, yeah, you're dead. And then you know, Giselle's like to Wendy, like, "Oh, are you laughing?" And she's like, "Yeah, Angel, come over to the dark side." Angel's coming over, the curly hair gang, blah, blah, blah. They're having a good time. They go to bed. Production is very mean. 5 minutes later, she's with Kiana. Kiana's just there, stank. So in the morning now, Angel's all like, yeah, I thought about it. I'm really upset. She stank for the rest of the trip. So everyone's like, but you were really good with us.
But I kind of get it. Sorry.
No,
You see,
Kiana
I'm
got
like
in
two
your head.
minds about it. I feel like she slept on it, but also Kiana whispered in it. It's like twofold, isn't it? Sometimes, like in the moment, you're just kind of like, "Fuck it." Do you know what? Don't want to ruin a good night. Move on from it. But I definitely think she's pissed that she got called out. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, but you know what?
And it was nasty the way it was done.
It could have also not had a lot of like, you gave
Wait,
it
so
more
she
time.
woke up the next day pissed off about the AI comments?
The catfish.
About the catfish comments.
And that's when
Okay.
she was crying.
Right, okay.
And then after, everyone was like, "Oh, but at least you had a good time with us," kind of vibes. And she was like,
mean,
"Well, I
you dragged
actually
me, but at
didn't."
least we-
No, she
And
was
like,
loving it.
She was like, "No, I didn't. I was actually really pissed during that time."
You were?
So she even
when you
like,
were downing shots?
yeah. So they were like, "But you was." So that's when it's like Kiana's obviously got into your head. Like you don't want to make it seem to your friends
Yeah,
that you're
you had
having
fun.
a good
Yeah.
time
Yeah,
with
yeah,
these
yeah.
women when she's
Yeah.
not around. And you know, you're gonna fumble the bag. You should have just stay at home and been a wag because clearly this is your personality trait.
Yeah.
Being a wag as well.
But also, my
Angel,
thing is,
yeah.
my thing is, unless you were with Talami, Victoria Beckham, Colleen Rooney, no one cares about you being a wag. I'll be sorry. Were you at the World Cup? Where were you at the World Cup? No, you weren't.
Isn't he NFL?
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, They're quite
That's
big
the
out
wag.
there. Like, I wouldn't
No,
mind.
but guys,
I wouldn't mind being a wag out there.
Let's
Like,
be
it
real,
is a big
yeah.
thing out
The whole
there.
wag thing started here, right?
Yeah,
and all of a
yeah,
sudden
yeah.
it's translated over there. We don't care. Who does he play for? Like,
I've
what
got
team?
no idea. They say these names. They'll be like the Timberwolves.
Apparently, he is like
Wolf
the
or Wolves,
big
and
deal.
I've got no
Like, he
idea
is
who any of
apparently
these
really
teams
big
are.
I'm gonna
deal.
do my research and I'm gonna put it in a group chat.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got no
us.
idea. They're just like he plays for the Buccaneer Wolves. I'm
That's
just
not
like,
even a good team.
I'm like, no, I just made that up. I don't know. I'm saying that's what they say, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know.
But yeah.
Okay,
guys,
so the Dallas
question.
Monkeys. I've got no idea.
Love the Dallas Monkeys.
No, I made that up as well. I've got
Guys,
no
okay,
idea.
question.
Why are you bringing?
I don't know,
Question.
it just came out.
Next season, ultimate lineup.
Of Potomac.
Given it, like, bear in mind.
No, if I
we
had
should end it on.
if I had
on
any
that.
power, yeah, definitely.
bear in mind, Karen's going to be out. Wendy is
my
TBC.
Oh.
Ultimate lineup.
Can I bring
But you
people
have
back
to include
from the
these
dead?
people from this season.
Only this season. Oh, girl.
Sorry, Ashley's out for me. As much as I'm not a fan of Giselle, it's kind of needed.
Yeah,
Her
she's
messiness
kind of like part of
and
the
what she
furniture.
brings. Yeah, you need Giselle in it. Stacey, no question.
Certified.
Tia, 100% I'd keep. I'm loving Tia. I'm
Oh, the English
enjoying
lady.
Tia.
Yeah.
I think it's needed. I hope Wendy can come back. Who else is in it? Kiana can fuck off.
Yeah, Kiana can go.
Jassy.
man.
I want Jassy to come back.
Yeah, Jassie's funny. I
Yeah.
like
Jassy,
her.
yeah. She's
like
had a little moment, but hopefully she can recover from that.
Is she back as a permanent friend of from now? Or
She's
she's just on the
a
trip?
friend of, I think.
Yeah, she's just a
Okay,
friend of.
fine.
I think she's a friend
She can
of.
remain a friend
Yeah.
of.
She
can
did.
remain
She
as that.
tried
She
to.
can
Did you
earn her
see the little
stripes.
scene where she's
Yeah.
coming with Tia? I think she tried to have a moment there.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like,
It was a bit unnecessary.
The one about the accent, if that's real.
No,
No, I haven't watched this week. I'm just being silly. I don't know.
you just need to watch it.
I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
need
Yeah,
to
yeah,
watch
yeah. I'm gonna watch it.
But
So we're saying Karen,
yes,
Always.
Stacey,
yes,
Tia,
yes.
Giselle,
Giselle.
for old time's sake.
Giselle has to stay, man.
she doesn't have to stay.
Come,
Yeah.
she brings
Yeah, she
in.
does move.
She
She does move a
She
storyline
brings
along.
a little seasoning on top of the nice meal.
Giselle.
Yes.
Yeah, I just can't imagine Potomac without her.
I can't either. I
can.
can't. I'm
Like,
sorry.
I
can't
legit
imagine
can't.
it.
Like, what does she add to the? She
No,
adds nothing.
but
do you
it's
know
like she
what?
adds nothing, but she adds something.
But at the end of the day, what does a full stop add to a sentence?
The end of the sentence. That's what it marks, and it should mark the end of Giselle's reign on Potomac.
no.
What does
Giselle
what
has
does black
to.
pepper add to bolognese? Fuck all, but it's still needed.
You needed. It's
Do you know what I
needed.
mean?
Giselle is needed.
Yeah, Giselle's kind of needed. I can't
She
lie.
is needed.
But maybe if this was 2 seasons ago, I'd be saying something very different because I hated her the last season that
But-
her and
but
Robin.
I've been enjoying
that
her
she's-
since Robin
But
has
since
been
Robin's
out.
left, I don't hate her as much.
I enjoy.
So you don't,
keep
yeah, I know what you mean.
enjoying her.
She's not as annoying
She's
with
not
Robin.
as
She's like
annoying.
a terrible
Yeah,
interviewer.
exactly.
I'm
She
actually
doesn't have
enjoying
that like
her.
sidekick element with Robin. So I wouldn't mind. I would bring back Robin. Oh my gosh, God forbid.
God forbid. We
God
rebuke.
forbid. Oh my God, God forbid.
We rebuke
oh
in
my
the name
God.
of every
No,
religion.
I
That
would
was a
jump
never.
scare. Jump scare.
Oh my God. No, I would bring back Giselle. I'm in 2 minds about Ashley, even though I hate her.
No, fuck her.
Even though I hate her.
Why am I
Actually,
swearing so
she's
much?
on the sidelines for now. I would bring back Giselle, definitely Wendy, definitely Stacey.
Yeah.
I do like Tia.
Yes, I love Tia.
And have I said Karen?
Karen, yes.
You haven't said Karen.
I know, then Karen.
Yeah.
And then I would keep Ashley and Jazzy.
But we have
whatever
to
her
see
name is,
how-
as friends
what
of.
Monique
I think. Wait,
brings.
hang on. I agree
of.
with your lineup. That would be like my like. If I had to pick a lineup, it would be that.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
friends of.
Yeah.
Ashley
Oh,
and-
wait. Hang on a second. Wait. Hold up. Bring back Candice.
All day.
Yes,
Oh, I
all
didn't even bring
day.
people back
Oh.
from- if we could, I would bring back Monique as
Yeah,
well.
so would I.
That's what I just said.
yeah.
I said, let's see
And then
what
I would
Monique
take
does.
Giselle.
I would
I
take
would
out,
take
I would
Giselle.
take out Tia then.
Okay. Do I take out Tia and
Yeah,
Giselle?
I would take out Tia and I would take out Tia. I would make Giselle
Why
friends
don't
of.
you say
have
take
the
out
ball?
Giselle? Come on, take one for the team.
Because I think, I don't
No,
know,
we
Giselle
still
is
need
Potomac. When I think of
Giselle.
Potomac, I
Giselle
think
is
Giselle. I just think
Potomac,
Don't you
of
think
yeah.
of
kid.
Karen first?
Yeah, but we still have.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
of both of
Karen,
them.
Giselle dynamic. I don't know.
When they used to
And
flog each
also,
other,
I'm kind
oh
of like,
my
I
God.
want Wendy to stay because as much as like I wasn't fucking with Giselle and I'm starting to enjoy her, and yeah, Wendy's been a little bit of a beg right now with Giselle. I'm enjoying their dynamic.
That is funny. They are
I
funny
am
together.
enjoying it,
Yeah.
and I can
Yeah.
only imagine how
It would like progress.
it would
Yeah,
progress and
yeah.
how funny it would be.
Wendy, why did you have to do that?
I know.
We were rooting for
We
you.
were all
But it's
rooting
good.
for
It's
you.
good TV. Like
It
I'm
is good
enjoying the
TV.
little like, you know, love and
It's cute.
banter hate.
Yeah.
It is cute. They are cute together.
It's cute. Like when they co-sign each other, it does go ahead and make me happy.
It does make me happy
because
too.
it does feel like it should have always been this way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Giselle's a colorist, so
exactly. Wendy
unfortunately-
should have never ever ostracized Wendy. Like Wendy is a weapon that you need on your side.
Yeah.
And had she allowed that to grow, they could have had a really like.
But it was-
I would have preferred that over her and Robin. That ain't
Robin to Giselle is what Kiana's going to be to Angel.
her downfall. Her downfall.
But at least Robin had a storyline.
She did with that messy marriage in the
Yeah.
background,
Yeah.
at least.
One day maybe we'll find out what Juan was doing at the laundromat, but yeah.
Maybe one day we'll get those answers, but we're not going to get them right now because we've got to wrap up.
Woo!
Do you know what? Yeah, we actually talked for Selling Tante for an hour. So in the
Yes.
show notes, I'm just going to say that this is a deep dive with a sprinkle of Potomac for the end because I don't even know how time flies. Like
I keep trying to show you the time, and you're just like,
I was not getting.
you're even trying to read my notifications.
I was like, oh, who emailed us? I wasn't getting the hint at all. I know we actually need to have more. Like, we need to be on top of the segments. I just feel like Selling Tante, we don't get it often.
Yeah, it's a
so we
one-off.
No,
had
but
to.
you know what our problem is? It's because we're not coming every week. We
Yeah,
have so much
exactly.
to
Yeah.
talk
Because
about.
then there's too much to cram in
I
the
think
short space
once
of time.
we're starting to be a
Yeah,
bit more regular
exactly,
with it,
yeah,
we'll be
exactly.
able to split things a bit better.
Because
but
an hour on one
we're
thing
not-
and then 15
yeah.
minutes on something else. But I'm sure you guys are happy because everybody loves Selling Tante and it's still like a trending thing.
yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, we gotta go, guys. We gotta wrap it up. But thank you, ladies. You're amazing as always. Thank you to you guys for listening. I know you guys are really loving the show. We appreciate all the support. Keep following, keep liking, keep doing all of that good stuff, and you're gonna see a lot more from us. But just before we go, I've been Just Call Me Audrey.
And I'm Isa.
I've been Feven.
And we will see you next time. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget. Bye.